ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्यासम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। शान्तिमन्त्रम्। ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणचक्षुश्रोत्रमतो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत्। अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु। तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ओम् श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। Continuing the Chandogyopanishad Chapter 6, we in the last class saw where Uddalaka Aruni was explaining to his son Swetaketu based on the Sushupti Avastha, Jagrat Swapna Sushupti, waking, dream and deep sleep. In that the Sushupti Avastha, Supati, which means the deep sleep. So Swam Apito Bhavati is a word used to explain what is deep sleep. Swam means oneself. Apito means to attain or merge with oneself. So Swam Apito is Supati, and Supati is the deep sleep word in Sanskrit. Or Sushupti is another word. It's a synonym. So the Chandogyopanishad is bringing out a lot of examples in the coming sections, starting from 9th onwards to the 16th till the end of this chapter. Different examples from our day-to-day experience, helping us to understand how we can utilize these examples in our day-to-day life to drive in home the same point what the Upanishad wanted us to understand from the beginning onwards. Where the beginning, the Upanishad said that just as mud itself is appearing as different mud or mud vessels, etc., or gold as multiple gold ornaments, etc., in the same way, Sat is the one which is now what is we experience as the world of multiplicity, including the observer. That is what in the last section when Uddalaka Aruni told his son, Tat Tvamasi, Aidadatmyamidam Sarvam. All these, what you see as the world of objects, Aidadatmyam, the essence of all them, Idam Sarvam, of all these things. Tat Satyam, it is that truth which from the beginning itself, Agre Asid, what was there in the beginning. Sadeva Soumya Idavangra Asid is how he started it. So that Sat or that truth or that existence, there is no difference between when we use the same word for different meaning. The word is the same. So depending upon the context, we have to take the meaning. The truth is that which never changes. So that Sat, the existence, has never become anything else other than existence. It remains always as existence. So we can call it as also Satyam. Tat Satyam, Sa Atma, that is your Atma, that is what you are, what you call as yourself. Aham, this Aham or this I, which word we all use for our transactional purpose, We are not transacting as a body, mind, or intellect, or the sense organs, or our organs of action. There is a entity which is the driving force or the entity behind the apparatus called the human body. That entity is nothing other than Aidadatmimidam Sarvam Tat Satyam Sa Atma. That is the Atma. You have to understand. Then that is the time when Shvetaketu asks Father, Bhuya eva mam vitnyapayatu. Please, can you explain it to me? I'm not able to correlate that when you say that this is what it is. Everybody is the same. I am finding the difference that I am there, you are my father, I am seeing my relatives, my co-students, and multiplicity of animals, birds, tree, and everything. How come that you are saying that they are all from the same Sat only? How can I understand that, even if you have made me understand that in the way in the deep sleep, when we all abandon our identification with whatever nomenclature, name, and form we have, we all become one and the same in the deep sleep. But how do I know? But in my transaction, when I'm waking up and when I'm interacting in my world of operations, and that is my day to day life, I'm not able to resolve this equation, what you have been telling me, or the solution, what you have told me till now. How do I understand that? Bhuya eva mam vitnyapayatu. Please explain to me again. So the father starts explaining with different examples from our day to day experience to understand that how one can become a beholder of this knowledge without being, having any doubt on the very teaching what the Upanishad has been telling till now. So to drive in that point, the ninth section onward till the 16th section, we will go through one by one. Not much to talk about, but the examples are very, very clear and driving. We have to see it from the example's point of view. Don't go by the details of the example. The moral or the essence of that example is more important than the narration, because there are times when people hang on to the words, and that is the reason why people are not able to see the message of the Upanishad. When you are hanging on to the words, then your words are more important than the message of the Upanishad. So please don't give a lopsided attention to the words. Sometimes these Upanishads, which were written many years ago, may not have the modern knowledge, so they may have used what was known to them. So that is not the reason why for us to get derailed from the essence of the Upanishad. So here in the ninth section, it's the father starts, Yada Saumya, dear son, madhukruto nistishtanti, nanatyayanam vrikshanam rasan, samavaharam ekatam dasayan gamayanti, te yata tatra na vivekam labante, amuhyayam vrishasya raso asmiti, evameva khalu saumya sarve prajaha sati sambadya na viduhu sati sambadhyamaya iti. Now this is actually the two mantras included in it. Yada Soumya, my dear son, just as madhukruto nistishtanti. Madhukritaha means the honeybees. Madhu is honey. Nistishtanti is with all effort and desire. They accumulate from multiple trees and deposit in one place. Tishtanti nanatyayanam mean different types of vrikshanam, or different types of trees, the flowers from which the trees are there. Rasan means the juice from these trees. The flowers have got the juice, but the juice by itself is not honey. That is converted into honey when the bees take it inside their mouth, deposit it into their beehive, and when they mix together, that is the time we get the honey properly. Samavaharam means to bring all of them from the multiple sources into one deposit. Ekadam gamayanti. This multiplicity from the multiple trees, the essence of the flowers or the juice from the flowers, when they all are merged into one, gamayanti, you get what is called the honey. Yada te tatra aham amushya vrishasya rasaha asmi, aham amushya vrishasya rasaha asmi, iti vivekam na labande. In that state, when it has become the honey in the beehive, even the bee which has brought in that juice and essence into the deposit or the storage cannot segregate the juice is from this tree or that tree or any other tree. That segregation, the multiplicity which that it has accumulated cannot be reversed by those honeybees. For them also, this is a storage and deposit only. So, when you cannot reverse that, the vivekam na labande, they don't have the knowledge. That knowledge is not possible because if it is available, they definitely will be able to segregate that. Maybe the trees are of the same nature. It can be all, apple trees or mango trees or any trees. But each tree has got a separate juice which is being accumulated. From each flower it is being accumulated. But once it has all gone together, it is not possible for them to understand this is come from that tree or that flower like that. Evameva khalu ima sarva prajaha. In the same fame, same nature, evameva khalu. It is indeed in the same function or the method. Ima sarva praja. All these creations which you are seeing today in the world, sadi sambadhyam na viduhu sadi sambadhyamahe. Sati means in the truth or in the sat or in that existence. Sambadhya means having merged in that. Sadi sambadhyamahe iti na viduhu. When they merge together in the state of deep sleep, the father sleeps, the son sleeps, the mother sleeps, or the relative sleeps, or the city sleeps, or the whole, neighborhood is sleeping. In the deep sleep, there is no distinction between one another. Just this to drive in this example that is the state of the oneness from where everything comes out later. The next mantra is very explaining that aspect. So when we all merge in our deep sleep, there is no difference between the deep sleep of each one of us. In the absolute deep sleep, that is the state where we are being told in the previous chapter that we are all merging into that state in our swapiti. Swam apito bhavati. We become one with our nature. That nature of a person, his father or mother or brother, daughter, son, all of them do not have segregation or separatedness when they are in that state. because they don't even identify with the body, nor they know where they are sleeping, nor they have any sort of identification which can make them segregate from the rest of the world. No. That is exactly what that Vivekam na labante, almusya rashasya rasahadi. Just as the honey, once it is all become into the he behave, one cannot segregate which flower has given which rasa into that. It is one unified rasa. Same way here also there is a rasa is that which is uniform for all those things. So Sadisambadya Naviduhu Sadisambadya Mahe. This is a very often quoted portion of reference for Shankaracharya in all his commentary and appears many times in the Brahma Sutra Bhashya also. Sati Sambadya, having one with Sambadya means having merged with Sat. Sati means in Sat, having merged with Satya, Sambadya. Na Viduhu. Vidu means to know. There is no knowledge. Sati Sambadya Mahe. We have merged into one truth. That we is not there, therefore we have merging also not known. We all remain in the pure existence without any way to even identify who we are. There is no we, no I, no creation, no dissolution, nothing. It is a pure form of Sat, existence. I do exist. That I also is not there. It is just mere existence in its pure form is how it is being seen there. Now, the natural question can come from the sun. That is true that I can imagine if I think about my deep sleep, I did not know where I was. I had no knowledge. But how do I know that all others are also having the same experience? How are they then when they are coming back? Suppose if you say that we are all together in this house, but when we go out to different direction, one goes to the school, one goes to the shop, another goes to his office. So we all know that from where we have come, we have a knowledge. If that is there, then how come when we wake up from our deep sleep, we are not knowing from where we have come? If we all have gone into that state where we all have become one, but that is not the same case when we all go to different places. So we all say from this house, my father went to office, my son went to school, my daughter went to college, and I am going to my shop. Like that, we all go to different directions, but we know that we have come from one house, so we know where we have come from. Why is that we are not knowing from where we have come into this world or into this existence? To drive in this answer, the next mantra says, Ta iha vyagro va simho va murko va varaho va kido va patango va damsho va masako va yadyad bhavati tada bhavanti. Te iha, te means these, iha means in this world, vyagro va, let it be a tiger, simho va, let it be a lion, Brukova, let it be a wolf. Varavahava, let it be a pig. Kidava, let it be a fly. Patangova, let it be a butterfly. Damshahava, let it be a, what you call the housefly. Masakova, let it be a mosquito. Let that be anything. From the smallest of the animal to the ferocious lion or anything is given the example of the animals. Yat yat bhavati tat tat abhavanti. From where they all came into this, even those animals all go to deep sleep. Yat yat bhavanti. Whatever they were before they went to deep sleep, tat abhavanti. They go back to that form into which. from having come from into the deep sleep, the appearance of the lion, the tiger, the mosquito, the butterfly, everything is going back from that only. Now, here the question can come. How does then in that case this Sat that is the one which Sadeva Saumya Idamagra Asit Aidadatmyam Idam Sarvam Tat Satyam Sa Atma Datyam Ashishetaketo. When that statement was made by Udalaka, the Shvetaketu is still not able to understand that. I can understand the deep sleep may be the same because there is no way I can refer to that or can understand that. All deep sleep is the same by everyone. But when you say that, all those things from the deep sleep, when they wake up, they take on their own, it is the same thing which has gone back to become the lion or the tiger or the mosquito. That aspect is still not very clear to me, my father. So how do we understand that? Sa esha anima aidadatmyam idam sarvam tat satyam sa atma tattvamasi shvetaketo. Here he doesn't give an answer to that here in this one. He goes to the next section only is giving answer for that. He's saying that it is the Sat which all merged into one becomes the different animals as they are appearing in the waking again. We can understand now from the next month, the next section where the father says that Ima Saumya Nadyaha Purastat Prachya Syandate Paschat Prachyata Samudra Samudre Vapiyanti Sa Samudra Eva Bhavati Tata Ta Yatha Tatra Na Viduhu Ahamasmi Iti Evameva Kalu Saumya Sarve Praja Sada Agatya Na Viduhu Sada Agachamahe Iti. Now he is putting the reverse of the case. From the same ocean, the same water spread all over the world becomes different names and forms, either rivers, brooks, snow, cloud, and different forms and wherever and they go and merge back into the same ocean. In their lifetime, they go back into the same ocean. They never knew that it was that same ocean which is now known as the rivers or the snow or the brook or the stream or whatever may be the name in it which is there. This cycle which is there, when it is there, it is merging when they go to the ocean, and when from the ocean when they become the cloud and the rain and bring them rains and the lake or the river or the snow, they do not know that they have come from the ocean. And when they merge back into the ocean also, they do not know that I was having such and such a name. Because the moment you merge into the ocean, the name of the river is gone. There is no more river of, Ganges or Nile or Amazon separate. The ocean is ocean. It doesn't have any name of the rivers in the ocean stage. So when it becomes the animals like Viagra, Mashaka, all those tiger, lion and the mosquito and the butterfly, they do not know from where they have come, is similar to the rivers not knowing that it is the same ocean from where they have become the different water bodies. And when they go to deep sleep, the animals and the human beings go back to the deep sleep when they are in the state of the deepest sleep. They don't know they don't remember their name, their form, their location, nothing is remembered. Just as the river, when they merge back into the ocean, do not leave any symptom of the river what they were called by earlier. Such same is the case. Sarve prajaha sada agamya na viduhu sada agacchama. None of them are able to recollect and re-identify their individual identity. This is exactly what happens again and again in our day-to-day life. When we go to the deep sleep, we are swam apito bhavati. We have becoming one with our true nature. And when we wake up, just as a person before going for shower removes all his garments and in the shower, when he comes, he wears back his whatever robe he had removed, or the robe which is belonging to him, he wears it, and he knows that it is my dress. Same way, when after having gone into the deep sleep, when the projection takes place into the waking, it is the mind and sense organ which are the ornament, or what you call the the dress into which that body, that appearance is taking. Therefore, the identity with that uniform or the dress which is being worn makes you feel that you are so and so. But when you removed all of them, all your equipments or adjuncts, your upadhis, what we call it as instruments of mind, body, intellect, and the sense organ, you did not have an identity of your own. You were in that deep sleep where you did not even know what was your identity. Even the idea of individuality was abandoned. And that state where you remained in the state of absolute, what you call non-perturbed, calm and pleasant and blissful state of deep sleep, no distractions or no segregation, no separation was ever felt by any one of us. Just as all the mud and the rocks and everything which is carried by the river, once they merge into the ocean, in the ocean that river has no individuality left, that I am from such and such an ocean, or I am from such and such a brook, or any sort of identity which we can make it. So when you lose the identity or the individuality is because you don't identify yourself with the name and form of the river. Same way, the name and form of a lion, tiger, or mosquito or fly is, and the human being is surrendered when you enter to the deep sleep state. And when the moment we wake back, it is not the same water which has gone from Ganges which is becoming the Ganges again. No, it is the ocean which was always one and only, Ekameva Dvitiyam. That is what is becoming the ocean of Ganges or Amazon or Nile or whatever name you want to give it. So the water, by taking the flow in the country of India, you call it as Ganges. The same water, after merging with the ocean, can become the water of Nile or Amazon or Danube or any of the rivers. That doesn't make that water different. What is making the difference is a name and form, which that water body gets a name like Ganges or Nile or Amazon, like etc. Same is the case when from the deep sleep, that Sat, that consciousness, individual Satchid Ananda Brahma, when it is projected through the bodies of the tiger, the lion, the human being, the mosquito, the fly, we appear as multiple, the trees or anything for that matter. So we have to understand that it is very clear from the examples the Upanishad is saying that there are two aspects of the same thing we have to think. When it is projected, we become the different entities like the tiger, etc. But when the rivers, etc., when merge back into the same ocean, loses its name and form and the identity. Same way, these animals and human beings with the different names and forms and shapes and everything, when we all merge into the deep sleep or after death, merge into that Sat, there is no Separatedness there, that is only one and this, only one and only one. Ekameva Dvitiyam Brahma. Sadeva Soumya Idam Agrasi. That was the form in before the projection took place into the waking. Now we can now even consider the same thing when we are looking from the waker projecting into the dream. Our own, each one of us can experiment or try it in our own mind that when we are projecting the dream and the world of dream in from the mind, in the mind with the memories of the waking and added, the operational aspects of the dream of subtleness. There are individuals in the dream, animals in the dream, food, trees, flies, lion, tiger, snake, whatever may be there in the dream. Where did they all take their name and form? What was the consciousness or the awareness with which we are understanding that is the only one and only one only? And the same consciousness is enjoying them as a dreamer in the dream. It is the same way that Sat, which has projected the lion, the tiger, the trees and everything in our waking, has projected you and me as wakers in our waking experience, and we are enjoying the world. There is no difference between the tiger, the mosquito, the lion, the fly, and you and me. It is all coming from the one source. This is what the Uddala Karuni is wanting to drive to the mind of Shvetaketu, his son. Ta iha vyagro va simho va vrko va varaho va kito va patango va damsho va mashako va yadyad bhavanti tada bhavanti. Whatever may be the shape, they were there before merging into the deep sleep state. When it is being projected back, it is only, there is only one Sat. It is appearing as many. Sayesha anima aitadatmyavidam sarvam tat satyam sa atma tattvamasi shvetaketo iti bhuya eva magavan vitnyapayatu tada somya hovacha. This you will hear it again and again. Sayesha anima taidadatmyavidam sarvam. This subtle aspect of that Sat existence, Atmim idam sarvam, is everything what is known as here, what is a varahova, gidova, patangova, damshova, mashakova, whether the fly, lion, tiger, or housefly, or even the mosquito. Tattat bhavanti. It is that Tat Satyam Sa Atma, and that is Tattvamasi Shvetagato, which you are also that. It is not the tiger is only made by that. No, even you are made by that. Tadattvamasi Shvetaketo, you are also that. Bhuvaya eva Bhagavan Vitnyavidu. Please explain to me again, because I am still not able to completely understand this. Please explain to me again. So that in the 11th section he says, okay, now look at that big tree, the banyan tree in front of us. Asya saumya mahato vrikshasya yo mule abhyahanya jivan sravet yo madhye abhyahanya jivan sravet yo agre abhyahanyan jivan sravet sa yesha jivano atmana anuprabhuda pepiyamano modamana tishtanti. Saumya, hey dear son, asya mahata vrikshasya, of this huge banyan tree, mule ya abhyahanat hanyat, yakaschid yadi abhyahanyat. Let us assume that if you are using an axe and making a cut in the and the root of the bottom of the tree, you will find that there is a liquid flowing from that area, and later you will find that there are small branches or sprouts which are coming from that place where it is, which shows that there is life there in that spot also, as long as this tree is being there. If you do it in the middle of the tree also, you will find the same. If you do it in the tip of the tree also, you will find that there is the juice coming out from that, and then there is a potency that the new branches can spring off from that spot where you have made the cut. So what does it mean? That in all these things, the Jivan Sraved, it is the life force which is there in that tree when it is there, when it is being used. Sayesha Jivana Atmana Anuprabhutaha Pepiyamana Modamana Tishtanti. The tree of that nature is being occupied entirely by Atma, Jivena Atmana. The Atma now is being called life inside the tree. The life is not separate, Atma is not separate. Please understand. Jivena Atmana, Atma in the form of life in the tree, Epiyamana, taking the nourishment from the earth on which it is standing, and it is allowing itself to grow continuously. Even when you cut it at the root or middle or the top, the fluid is the juice which is coming out is the indication that there is a life in it, because otherwise liquid will not flow from a tree. It shows that the tree has a life there. And you also see sprouts coming from that spot when it is being cut. So which shows that the same Atma which is there in the form of tiger, lion, mosquito, you and me, is there present even in the tree. So don't think that only the living beings have got life. Even the tree has life, and you should understand that even that is from the Sat only, which has become that Sadisambadya na viduhu Sadisambadyamahe. It is that Sat which we are not knowing, that it is the one which is being projected here again and seeing as trees. It is not only trees, it is there in every atom of life which is there in this world. So this example is being shown that not only the life is there even in the living beings, but it is there even the inanimate objects. Asya edekam ansha jivo jahatyadha sa shushyati. Dvitiyan jahatyada sa shushyati. Tritiyan jahatyada sa shushyati. Sarvam jahati sarvah shushyati. Now, you cut off one branch of the tree from any part of that. What you cut off, that portion becomes dry and the leaves will wither away. It will become a dry log. Dvitiyam jahadi, if you do a second one, that also will be. If you do the whole thing, tree, cut it from the bottom, where it cannot take the water again from the earth, the life currents which is being propagated from the roots, the tree becomes a dead log, a dead wood. So what it shows that life is always being supported by, from the where it is, the source it is there, it is support, it is depending upon. Same way, our appearances in the waking and the dream is, we are living as long as we are connected with that Sat. In the intervening period, we become energized and come back to the operations of waking and dream. Evameva khalu somya vidithi hovacha jivapetam vava hiledam mriyate va jivo mriyate iti sa eva sa ea esho anima aitadatmamidam sarvam tat satyam sa atma tattvamasi shvetaketo. Iti bhuya eva ma bhagavan vitnyapetu iti tada somya hovacha. Evameva khalu somya, my dear son, in the same fashion, jiva apetam. Apetam means freed from the jiva. Idam vava khila mriyate. This body of yours and mine is dying when jiva na mriyate iti siddhi. Like the cutting of the tree, the branch, you knew the branch only died, not the tree. Same way, if a mosquito is dead, or if a tiger is dead, or a human being is dead, the life is not dying, only the body which was being propitiated or nurtured by life. That is what is getting withered away as a dead thing, not the life by itself. Itiha uvacha. That is what the Uttalaka said. And we know that evameva anima aitatmemidam sarvam tat satyam atma tattvamasi shvetaketu. So this is how you have to understand that what is the tat. Now, then what is the life? Atma, this Atma is becoming a life. To show what it is, Uddalaka is taking the one more example, which is of that the banyan tree. He is telling in the 12th section, Nyagrovada phalamada ahadayati idam bhagavati bhinditi bhinnam bhagava iti kimatra pashyati अन्वेवैमो दाना भगवा इति आसामं गैक्यां भिन्तीति भिन्नं भगवा इति किमत्र पश्यति किं न किंचन भगवा इति. Now this is a exercise which he is telling his son to do. Go and bring that fruit which has fallen from that big banyan tree on the floor. It's a round, small, like a marble green one. It is there on that floor. Go and bring it. So he says, Idam Bhagava iti. Here it is, my father. Bhindi iti. You cut it. Bhinnam Bhagava iti. Yes, here I have cut it into. Kimatra Pashyasi iti. What are you seeing there? Anve ima dana Bhagava iti. I can see many small, smaller than the mustard seed, multiple, small seeds in it. Dana. It means grains. I can see that. Asamam gaikam bhinditi. You take one of the grains of that and break it. Binnam Bhagava iti. Okay, I have broken it here, my father. Kimatra pashyasi iti. What are you seeing there? Na kinchana Bhagava iti. I don't see anything because it is so small. I cannot see anything with my eyes. That is what the exercise is saying. So the next line, next mantra, tam hovacha, the Uddalaka is saying, Yam vai soumya kyamani manam na nibalayas sa etasya vai soumya esho anima evam mahan nigrodasta tishtati shraddasva somyeti. Shraddasva. Please attentively listen to this, my son. Samho vacha. He said to Shvetaketu, Yam etam animanam. Whatever is the minutest thing which you are not able to not even see with your eyes, in the smallest of the grains, na nibalayase vai, what you cannot be seen by your naked eye. Saumya, edasya animnaha vai, that atomic size of the grain inside the grain when you broke it, is the cause. Ivam mahan esha nigrodaha tishtati. Today standing as this banyan tree in front of you is that which you cannot see, we could not see even with your naked eye when you broke the smallest grain of that inside the fruit. You have to understand that. Such a small, insignificant grain, when it is broken, what you could not see by your naked eye, is what you are seeing as the huge banyan tree in front of our kutia or our place where you are seeing it. You have to understand that very carefully. Why? Because what is being projected as life inside the tree. When you cut each of the branches, you didn't see life being broken. You thought that because it was broken, that the log became dry and it withered away and became a dead log. You could not see with your naked eye the life which was flowing through that branch when it was attached to the tree. Evam eva, in the same fashion, this whole world is attached to that essence, Sat, which is permeating and percolating and spread all over the world of creation in the frame of name and form. Vachaharambano vikaram namadeyam mrittikatteva satyam. It is all and only what you are calling it is by different names and forms. And you are calling it by lion, tiger, human beings, face, tree, and etc. etc. But it is all that one which could not be seen with the eyes, which is there in every one of them, and that cannot be seen with the eyes or cannot be known with any of the sense organs. Sa esha anima vai tadaitatmebidam sarvam tat satyam sa atma tattvamasi shvetageto iti bhuya eva ma bhagavan vijñāpayati tata somyeti hovacha. So that anima, sa esha anima, that minutest thing which cannot be even grasped by intelligence, sense organs, or mind. Taidad atmamidam sarvam. It is that which is now appearing as a huge cosmos with the sun, the stars, and the multiple, galaxies and everything in front of you. Like that, the juice inside the grain of a smallest of that grain, which is today standing as a big, huge tree in front of us. The same thing has become the huge tree. Same way, that Sat which anima, it is the minutest of the minutest, is today Aidadatmamidam Sarvam, is the essence of all that what you can when you are interacting with the world as this cosmos or this world of experience. Whether it is waking or dream, doesn't matter. It's the Tat Satyam, that is the Sat or that is the truth which is present in each and atom of everything which you can identify, including yourself. Sa Atma, that is your Atma. You are also that. Tad Tomasi, Shvetaketo. That is what you have to understand, that you are not separate from anything. Everything in the world is nothing but your own essence in a different name and form. You may think it as different with the name like a tiger, lion, or a tree, or a human being, or another human being, or a tree, or a mountain, or a river, everything. Every existence, every creation in this world is having the same essence with which you are also made. You are also part of that anima, that atomic or that minutest of the minute, anoraniya and mahato mahiya form, which is now taking different shapes. It can take this galaxy shape, or it can appear as the smallest of the grain in the fruit of a tree, of banyan tree. It doesn't need to, it is not different in either case. In both these cases, that is only truth which is permeating in every atom of this life. But when you look at the names and forms, they appear to be multiple in nature. Once you know your own nature, what is Taduttamasi, Sa Atma, that is why that again that Tat Satyam Sa Atma means our Atma, that is the Sat. What we call it as ourself or our reality, not the name and form of the mind and body and the intellect with which we are transacting. Our essence is the same Sat. Taidat Atmamidam Sarvam. It is the Atma of Sarvam. Everything is of that same nature. Everyone, when they resolve. That is why in the deep sleep, when we are all go to the deep sleep, we all become one with that Sat. There is no we there. The we is removed like a cloth or a ornament or a robe before we enter into that state. And when we come back, we are putting it back again. So we feel that there is a connectivity between the previous day and today, because it is in the body that the previous day and today is happening, not in your essence. In your essence, there is no space, there is no time. If the space and time was existing, you would have known it in your deep sleep. That is not there. So the time and space of your waking is different that from the dream. And both these time and space and the objects which you interact in that waking and the dream is not there in our deep sleep. Just as all the rivers and the other things lose their identity and merge into one ocean, where they cannot be segregated how it is there, and it is not the same water which becomes again the Ganges or the Amazon or the Nile. It is the ocean, which the water in the ocean is only one and only. Sadeva Soumya Idam Agrasi, Ekameva Advitiyam Brahma. That is the Ekameva Advitiyam, non-dual, one and only one Atma, that is in the form of existence, which was there in the beginning, which is now being seen as the multiple names and forms in the world, which includes you. Tat Satyam Sa Atma Tattvamasi Shvetaketo. That is your own nature. You are also, and please understand, that is your own nature. With this, I stop today's series, and we will continue that in the next Wednesday. There are another 4 more sections to be discussed, which we will be doing this in the coming week, Wednesday. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Thank you. Dhanyawad.